In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Life is one of the heaviest beams one can try to support. It is known to go through storms that contain heavy winds and downpours. But you are built to stand and not collapse. I challenge you to grow out of your comfort zone. The biggest giant you will ever face in life is your mindset. One of the biggest things that limit us and keep us defeated is the opinion we have of ourselves. When I changed my mind, it changed my life. I didn't just survive, I bounced back better. Bounce back better. Bounce back better. Bounce back better. Bounce back better.
You're now listening to Life with Eric.
Welcome to the Life Structure with Eric podcast. I am your host, Eric, and today is Monday. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's just me today. So, just take the time to share this out. Share it on your page. Get people to connect with us. It's going to be a great discussion. So, take the time to share the post. And if you have any questions or anything, make sure you drop them in the comment box there, and I would definitely touch up with your comments and things at the end of the broadcast. But hopefully everyone is having a great Monday. The start of your week is going off well. Just going to dive right into it today. Going to dive right into it. But once again, thank you for tapping in. Who's listening today that feels you have some strong ties, or should I say, who feels your growth has been stagnant due to basically the pot that you chose to sow your seed in? That may have lost some people there, but most of you guys are my Life Structure family, so I know you already know where I'm going with this. Basically, in life, we choose people, that we see as friends, girlfriends, boyfriends, spouses, business partners, and we kind of get latched on to things, like gambling, drugs, alcohol, shopping, social media, and so forth. And we give these people and things so much power that before we know it, we become uncomfortable in a situation that we have outgrown. But we choose to stay in this small pot that we are planted in, and we allow people, places, and things to run our lives. And the soil in our pot gets old and distressed, and our roots start to rot. And that's where that uncomfortable part in our life sets in, because we're stuck in a pot that's so small that we can't grow anymore, and then our roots start to just tangle up and bind up together, and when there's not room for growth and you stop growing, you start to rot out. So today, let's chat about getting the bad roots out of your life. Getting the bad roots out of your life. Some of y'all saw the title that I posted on social media, and I know your mind took you somewhere else because of the way that I titled it. Y'all are horrible. My sister texted me yesterday, and she was like, "Why are you cussing on the book face?" And I said, "You just make sure that you tune in to see what it's all about." Well, okay, let's get to it. So basically, I always do my research and, I take notes, and then I basically combine everything together, before I come up with a title and what it is exactly that to discuss. Uh, Basically, uh, in the Bible describes bitterness as basically a bitter root. Uh, have you ever looked in your backyard and you seen some weeds growing, and basically you tell yourself, they're small. I need to get to these weeds, but they're small. So I'll get to it later. And like for me, I'm in Arizona, so the way that the thermostat is turned up in Arizona, I'd be like, not today. Uh, I'll get it. But anyways, you push it off to the side. The weeds is like I said, the weeds are small, so you procrastinate for a while, and next thing you know, you walk out in your yard, and it's like the weeds have grown like 6 feet. What started off as something small, basically, that we could have dealt with easily at the beginning, now is 6 feet tall, what it seems like. So, the longer that you let that weed grow, the harder it is to get rid of it. You know, if you ever tried to pull like a big root out of the ground, it's hard work. And many times you end up breaking it off instead of pulling the whole thing out. And you think, yeah, I'm good. Yes, sir. I got it. And you think you're done, out of mind, out of sight, right? But if you don't get the entire root, there's a whole lot more going on beneath the surface than you can see. And when it grows back, you will have to dig up more and more. So it's frustrating. It takes a lot more strength. It's just depresses you out. And basically, if you had just tended to it earlier, basically you wouldn't have to go and dig so far to get something out of your life. Oops, I mean out of your yard. So let me give you an example. You've been in a bad relationship, and you're at a point where you want to walk away. You have a history of trying to leave, but when the other party realize that you're about to leave, then they do one or two things. They get really sweet and tell you how much they need you in their life, or basically, if not, they'll just blatantly tell you straight up, you're nothing. There's no way you can make it without me. I made you. Besides, you don't even make enough money to live on your own. So basically, you shut down. So here's a little advice for you: make preparations to cut the root. Start planning to dig yourself out of that pot. Take up your root and plant it somewhere that has rich soil where you know that you can grow and prosper. Because, see, if you don't completely uproot the bitterness now, those roots going to go down so deep that they will latch on and interweave their way into your mindset. And basically, when that happens, bitterness will affect your view on everything that you see, and basically will keep you from your destiny God has for you basically to walk in. Because when you're allowing something to block where God wants you to be, then it's almost like your entire mindset shuts down. And stuck people will never make it to their destiny. It's a trap. It's basically a trap. So why give somebody or a particular situation that much power over your life? It's like it's been 3 years. It's messed you up for 10 years, kept you from enjoying life for years. It's stolen your joy for 30 years. It's kept you from so much in life, and now you feel like you can't move on. And see, this is why I wrote my book. God said it's people that need to know how you sowed a seed into a drug that kept you strung out for 10 years, kept you from enjoying life, stole your joy. You lost and you lost and you lost. It kept me from being a great father, a brother, a son, and so forth. Until one day I was strong enough basically to pull my roots out of the pot of addiction and get fertilized with God Almighty. And that's when my life changed. Yeah, yeah, that's when my life changed. It took me to realize I had to cut the roots. And basically, that's when my life changed. So many people would say, well, I'm too old. You are never too old. You're never too old. Give me one moment. Someone sent me a post this week. Where's that post at? Somebody sent me a post this week and it said, where is it at? I just want to read it to you guys. I got it in here somewhere. Here we go. It said, I didn't reach my athletic peak until I was 43. I didn't write my first book until I was 44. I didn't start my podcast until I was 45. At 30, I thought my life was over. At 52, I knew it was just beginning. Keep running, never give up, and watch your kite soar. And this post that he shared with me gave me so much life. And this guy, Rich, the crazy part about it, we're both 52 years old. And this guy is doing amazing things right now. And he started out 10 years after I did, because, basically, I thought my life was over at 30. But basically, I started my athletic peak about 40, but I didn't write my first book until I was 50. And I started my podcast when I was 51. So I'm just showing you this just to say it's never too late. Never let anyone make you think that it's too late. Never, never. Hey, Minister Stephanie, she just said, you first have to acknowledge that whatever is blocking you or holding you back is not worth you losing sight of how God made you. He made us all to be strong, determined, and confident in who we are. I love that. I love it. And you are so exactly right. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. You have to acknowledge first and foremost, basically, who's blocking you before you can move on any further. So, yeah, as I was stating, why not determine today not to allow anything or anyone to rob you of one more day of your life? Because basically, in order for you to see regrowth, it's mandatory to cut and extract toxic things out of your life. Your excuse, well, I can't stand the pain. You already in pain. That's why you always depressed and in a bad mood and you isolate yourself from people because you're already in pain. So we all know cutting stuff off is going to be painful. But I tell you what, I would rather to experience a temporary pain, a temporary amount of pain instead of staying somewhere or in something or putting something in my body, that basically is going to have continuous pain. And it might get to the point that it may take your life. So you need to look at it that way, but with God's help, you can definitely do it. With God's help, he's just waiting, waiting by your side, wait. Because after all, a lot of people say, well, how God is waiting? Well, first of all, through all of your foolishness that you're doing, he's protecting you. Because if you're watching this podcast right now and you have a pulse, obviously he's kept you through it. So he's protecting you, but he's waiting for you to release yourself from whatever it is you're tied to so he can show you growth. You can implant your roots into fresh soil and you can start growing. But most of us have a hard time, releasing, things that we're deeply rooted in because we don't want to start over. And that's pretty much why a lot of people stay where they are because they have a fear of starting over. I want to share something with you that God showed me and a dream. And it definitely helped me think differently about change. So I'm on top of a tall skyscraper. I have a long, thick rope tied around my waist. At the other end of the rope is a piano that just have been pushed off the side of a building. It's only a matter of seconds before the slack is gone and that girlfriend, I mean piano, pulls me over the edge. I really want to hold on to that drug, I mean piano, but if I do, I'll die. See, most of us have a hard time releasing stuff in our lives because in our minds, we feel we can't progress without it. Often our past experiences create our future excuses. Don't trip over, I posted it yesterday, don't trip over what's behind you. So many people think because you had past failures in the situation that you were in, you reached out to try this, but you fail. You reached out to try something, but you fail. So just because of past failures, you're scared to step out and try it again. Stop tripping. Stop letting your mindset, the negative part of your mindset, make you trip over what's behind you. They were all learning experiences. When we fail in life, we didn't absolutely 100% fail because it was a learning curve. It was a learning curve. And just the thought that you were strong enough to try it and do it again, that means that you experience some type of growth from it. And hey, keep trying it till you get there. But until you detach yourself from certain things that's pulling you in, you'll be stuck in that same mindset. No one has said that it will happen overnight. But when you release something, it's you untying that rope from around your waist, choosing life over death. Because if you don't, that piano will pull you over the edge. So it's where you are. You know, are you rooted in bad soil? Sorry. Is it killing you? Is it hindering you? It's keeping you from living the life that Jesus came to bring you. You can't focus on living when you're living your life day to day, trying not to be pulled over the edge. Who wants to live that way? That's a miserable way to live. So untie that rope and release it. Release the offense, release the pain, release the fear, release depression, release all, and I say all bad relationships. Pull your roots up, pull it out, pull your roots out. Pull them out of mismanaging money. Pull your roots out of a job that has halted your growth. Release feelings of revenge and experience the freedom that comes when you completely extract your roots. This is something that I recite to myself every day. And basically, I tell myself, I am righteous. I am loved. I am secure. I am confident. I am creative. And I have purpose. In case you want to write it down, I said, I am righteous. I am loved. I am secure. I am confident. I am creative. And I have purpose. Hebrews 12:15 offers us this command. It says, see to it that no one falls short of God's grace of God. I'm sorry, by the grace of God, that no bitter root grows up to cause trouble and defile many. So I hope you guys got everything that I was trying to break down. If you did, and you feel like you want to follow that blueprint, do something today that your future self will thank you for. If you're potted in the wrong soil, pray for God's guidance and extract those roots and replant them with God's instructions. Trust me, when you pray on it and ask Him for guidance, He's definitely going to give it to you. He hasn't failed me yet. He haven't failed me yet. So, yeah, I hope you guys got something good out of that. Starting over is not the end of it all. Starting over simply means another chance to get it right. That's so true. That's so true. That's so true. Get up and start again. That's just a part of life. We've been doing it since we was a baby. When we were trying to learn to walk, we were falling, and you will pull yourself up on something, and you'll try to take 2 steps, and you will fall. But what did we do? We got up and tried it again. So yeah, that's basically all what life is capped up to be. We have to just get up and keep trying it again. But yeah, this was just a short tight subject that I wanted to bless you guys with on this Monday. I love you guys for tuning in. Also, make sure that you guys are checking me out. I'm actually on Spotify now, so you can go and hear the audio version of the podcast on Spotify. So make sure that you guys head over there and you can basically check out all of my past broadcasts. I'm still loading some of the older ones, but by the end of this month, all of my podcasts that I've done since I started out will be on that platform. And it's just amazing to see how God is stretching me out. They have this unique tool that you can look to see the different countries and stuff that people are streaming in. And it's amazing to see people in other countries that's actually came a part of the Life Structure family, and they're watching. So I'm grateful to all of you guys. And I don't see any questions over here. But yes, you are absolutely right. We serve a God of a second chance. Yes, we do. And I know I'm, walking testimony on that one. So yeah, I thank God every day for second chances. And that is one of the reasons why I do my best to, be on this platform pouring into people to let them know it's never too late to start over in life. Never too late. So, yeah, thank you guys once again for tuning in today for Life Structure with Eric. We'll be back here again next Monday. But yeah, as I stated, make sure that you jump over to Spotify, click on there and watch some of my podcasts. Also, tomorrow, check out my Facebook page. I'm going to post some instructions on how you can get a free t-shirt. Not one of these. That's one of my newest ones, but one of the t-shirts that has My Life is Under Construction. Tomorrow I will be posting on my Facebook page, and basically just will ask you to copy and paste something and share it on your page. And if I see that you did it, I'll send you a t-shirt. So basically, you'll just have to inbox me your address and we'll get it mailed out to you. But yeah, with that being said, I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And until next week, you guys have an amazing week. And just remember, every day that is mandatory to slide out of bed, ready to build. Some days you may need a jump start to power up a smile. But once that smile is ignited, it will send a signal to your heart. Go throughout your day smiling from your heart. It's a mandatory tool for your life structure. With that being said, you guys have a great evening.